Hi everybody, it's Gail here from Gail Mands Card Designs. I'm here today to help you all celebrate the 5th anniversary of Creative Minds Kind Hearts Facebook page. I'm lucky enough today that I don't only get to celebrate with you the birthday, but I get to celebrate one of our founder members and a great crafter who was an inspiration to an awful lot of people. So today I am actually going to show you Moira Yakova's Hexagonal gift box. So this is my sample that I've made today, but in honour of Moira I'm going to be using some tartan papers today from Craft Consortium to honour Moira's Scottish background. Now all the details for this make can actually be found on the Creative Minds Kind Hearts blog. Moira wrote a tutorial for it, so all the instructions are on there, and today I'll be following her instructions and showing you how to make it. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So to start off, you're going to need a piece of A4 card which has been cut down to 29 centimetres. You'll also need patterned paper for your mats and an embellishment for the front of it. So we're going to start off with our piece of card, and you're going to score along the short side at 3, 4.5 and 6, and then you're going to flip it over and do the same again. So that's scoring at 3, 4.5 and 6. So that will give you the top and bottom of your cracker. I'm not sure if you can see those scores on the video there, but you'll see it once it all gets folded up. So your next set of scores, you're going to turn it so that it's landscape across your page, and we're going to score it at 4.5, 9, 13.5, 18, 22.5 and 27. And don't forget, all of these measurements are on creativemindskindhearts.blogspot.com. So once you've done all your scoring, you're going to take a ruler to measure in. Again, I'm not sure if you can see that, but we're going to be cutting little notches out for the crackers. So at your 4.5 score line, you're going to take it and you're going to measure in 1 centimetre from each score point. What will eventually happen is you're going to cut these out like that. So I will just mark all these up. You can mark the lines with pencil if you want, or you can just cut them. Once it's folded, it's easier to cut, so you'll be able to see that. You'll also need to measure in 1 centimetre from the edge. And don't worry about the pencil marks, because they can be rubbed out later. This is just roughly so you can see where you're going to be cutting. So let's say that's 1 centimetre from the end, and then 1 centimetre either side of each score line. Now I've only marked 1 centimetre in from here because this whole piece here is going to come away. Now I'm just going to take my mat back into here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to burnish all your score lines. I'm just doing it roughly just now. So I don't know if you can see that. Where that line has been folded, you can see all the little pencil marks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut them. And you're just going to take them from these ones are going to cut into a V. So you're going to start at the pencil mark, cut down to where the score joins. So you're going to do that all the way along. Moira has done a beautiful drawing on the blog which shows you exactly how it needs to be done. Right, so once you've cut them all out, you should have something like this, and then you're cutting the end of this, which makes a tab, which is for sticking your whole box together. Then you just need to fold and burnish all the way. Now, as well as instructions for this size of box, Moira has also put instructions for a bigger one on the blog as well. Just needs a slightly bigger piece of paper. I think it's an A3 sheet you need for that. So there you have the basic hexagonal box once it's all stuck together. Don't stick it together just yet though. Your best bet is to decorate it while it's flat. So the instructions that Moira has given on the blog leaves a very, very thin border around each piece. Just rub that little bit off there. So I have used Craft Consortium's tartan papers, and what you're going to need for this is 6 pieces, which are 8 by 8 centimetres by 4.3 centimetres, and these are going to be the central pieces here. So like I said, they're quite a snug fit, just to leave a tiny outline, but it's personal choice. You could make them a little bit smaller if you want to leave a bigger outline, or you can mat and layer them, whichever you feel is best for you. So I'm just going to stick these down. I think Moira would have really liked these Craft Consortium tartan papers. They've been right up her street, I think. And I'm using liquid glue, so it gives you a little bit of wiggle room for positioning each piece. Okay, there we have the main body done. So for the next bit, you're going to need 24 pieces, which are going to go along the top and bottom and on the other side as well, just so that it just finishes off the box. It just means you can see them from the inside and the outside. So let's say you're going to need 24 pieces, which are 2.8 centimetres by 4.3 centimetres. And these are going to be stuck all the way around here and on the inside as well. So I shall get cracking with those too. Now you may have noticed that I haven't done the two end pieces yet. There's a good reason for that. When I was making my first one, I wasn't really paying attention to it, and when I stuck it down I realised that I had stuck my tab over the top of one of the panels, whereas I should have stuck it all down and then put the panel on last. It is easier to decorate it when it's not all stuck in, but if it's just this one little tab, and I did manage it top and bottom, so I will fix that, but for this one I'm going to show you how to do it properly. So this is going to be the inside and that's the outside. So I'm going to put the red tape onto the edge of here, and I'm using red tape because it will give a stronger feel to the box. We don't want it falling apart on anybody. And I'm just going to use a double line of red tape. Of course, if you've got really thick red tape you could just use one line. And then I'll stick the other bits down onto it. So far it's looking quite good. I do like these tartan papers. And Moira being from Glasgow, like I say, I'm sure she would have appreciated them. Okay. So for sticking this down, because these are equal, they should stick down really well. I think I'll take that to here to do that. So if you lay it flat, I'm just going to take the red tape off. Try not have it stick anywhere. So far so good. There we go, and I'm just going to fold this over like this. Wee quick stick, and there you go. So now you can see that little tab there, if I bring it up to the camera a bit. Now I can just stick my last two bits over that. And hopefully that'll hide that little tab as well. Like I say, a little bit trickier to do like this. If you put plenty of wet glue onto it, then it does give you that little bit of wiggle room, so you can manoeuvre it a little bit more. There we go. So there we have it. It's all decorated. All you need to do now, if you've folded it up properly, it should just squeeze in like that and you'll be able to see what the box shape is like. You can make little tabs, hexagonal tabs for the top and bottom to hold in your gift. I'll show you how I've done mine just now. I'll pop that to the side just for just now. Now on Moira's blog she does say that you can measure round it, or if you have a die that fits it, then use a die cut. Fortunately I have an X-cut die which is about the same size, so I've cut out two white pieces of card for the top and bottom, and I've also cut out, two tartan pieces of card. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to stick the two together to give me my top and bottom layer to help hold in and hide your gift, I suppose. Okay, so once you've done your two hexagonal pieces, we'll take this one back in, and basically one's going to sit on the bottom like that on the inside, and then the next one, it's probably better to put your gift in first and then pop it onto the top once it's all done. So what I'm going to do now is put it together. I'm going to leave that one in there, and I'm going to show you how to do some ribbons for the top and bottom. So this is just a length of green organza ribbon, which I'm going to put around the bottom. Like I say, I've left the one inside. It's not completely fitted yet, but it will once it comes up. So I'm just going to do a double knot just to keep the ribbon tight around the bottom. Now, once upon a many moons ago, I used to work for a company and had to make up gift baskets. So the way that I do ribbons is it seems upside down, but all will become clear. So what I do is I make 2 loops, and then I take the loops and pop them like that. So just like you're tying a bow. Tie them tight, and then I'll turn it back round so it's facing me. Now I'll just stick my thumb into there and pull the ribbon, and that shortens it a bit, but it should still keep it the right shape. You might need to do this a few times just to get the ribbon the right sort of shape that you want it to be. Okay, so that's the first one done, and like I say, that one bit that's in there, that will sit nice and flat like that against that. And then for the top, same again. I have no idea how many gift baskets that I had to make up and tie like this, but it was quite a lot because we were a very busy visitor centre. So again, it seems like I'm doing it upside down. So it's 2 loops, and just like you're tying a bow underneath, pull it tight. I'll flip it back up so it's the right way up for me. I'll just slip my thumb through the loop just to pull it to shorten it. Same again at the other side. Pull it tight like that. Right, so that's us got 2 bows, and it's just about ready to go. Just popping that one in the top there just so you can see. But for the decoration for it, I thought because it's Christmas, we'll go for a poinsettia. So I have cut all these shapes. This is a Spellbinders poinsettia. It's one that I've had for years, but it's always my go-to. Moira had quite a collection of dies. I'm sure she had quite a few poinsettia dies that quite a few of us probably had the die envy for. So I've cut out the biggest one in a green card just to match the tartan paper, and just to give it a little bit of shape, I'm just taking my pokey tool. This one's quite delicate around here, so you've got to be careful, but if you hold it there and just curl round the ends, and it'll just give a little bit of shape, and you can build it up. And do the same. I've cut out quite a few. Again, you can just cut out one of each, but I quite like a nice layered up die, so I've cut 2 of each of the next shape down. And again, I'm just going to layer that up. Use my acrylic glue. It's just a little bit stronger, just to layer this one up, which I'll kind of do as I'm going along. if you just set everything at a slight angle as you're layering them. Depending on what coloured paper or vellum that you're using for these as well, you could ink the edges, but because I've gone for quite bright and dark papers, you don't really need to ink up the edges of them. I'm just going to press it just for a little bit, because as you can see with the layers that I've built up, it's kind of bouncing it up a little bit. If you're doing this at home, then obviously you're going to take as long as you need to get it all stuck together. Okay. So that's my poinsettia die. There we go. I put a couple of wee black beads into there, or if you've got Nouveau drops or let's see what I've got, pearl drops, something like that. You could put a couple of them into the middle of it. I'm not going to just yet because that'll take too long to dry, so I'll just show you. I've also cut out a couple of swirls just to sit behind it, and this would just be glued on. I think that's a Kanban swirl, which again is fitting for Moira because she did a lot for Kanban. Right, and once that is ready, I'm going to put some more glue onto the back of it. I could have used another swirl there as well. I've got a couple cut out, but I think one swirl looks quite good. And I'm just going to pop that into the middle there. And I'll just hold that a wee second. I knew I had little blingy bits somewhere. So I will pop a few of these just into the centre. There we go. And there we have it. One hexagonal gift box with a poinsettia die. Perfect for a Christmas present. I hope you enjoyed watching me make it. Like I said, all the instructions for it were written out by Moira, and they're on the Creative Minds Kind Hearts blog. I'll pop a picture of this onto Creative Minds Kind Hearts Facebook page as well. If you would like to follow the instructions and share what you've made, I hope that I have done justice to a wonderful crafter's piece of work. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Creative Minds Kind Hearts YouTube channel. Check out the blogspot, and I'll see your creations soon. Bye!